Hello traders, how are you doing? Today is Sunday, July 17th, 2016. I'm Alberto Alvarado, and this is my weekend update on the markets. Of course, you're already aware of this attempt of coup in Turkey. This is major news. And you can see that on how the markets reacted the latest hours in Friday, simply selling off everything and buying everybody the dollar. That affected and distorted all the trades that a lot of people had, and and it affected the recovery, specifically on the pound that we've been having since this latest sell-off after Brexit. So, well, only as explanation, as an update for the ones that are following my Forex Factory Trade Explorer. You will see there a drawdown of 20%. That's not precisely something that I like, but I was waiting just to see more clarity on what happened to the Turkey coup. At that moment, we didn't have any idea of what was happening. So I let those trades open by one single reason. Its stop losses were not touched in both trades, euro dollar and pound and cable. Sorry, the stop losses are the latest the lowest point of the latest 6-7 days. So that's the hard stop loss there. I was expecting not to have the stop loss trigger on Friday. That happened. That didn't happen. The stop loss were not triggered. And basically, I decided not to close those trades while I started receiving the Turkey news, because I thought that the outcome of that wouldn't be as important to assume, for example, I lost that day, or that it could even revert every single pound recovery. At the end, yes, it did stop. It did sold off. But if you go to the daily charts, euro, dollar, and cable, you will see that the price stopped at a very decent support. So yeah, I decided before the market closing just to leave those trades open, and because of my fundamental bias has not changed at all. What I believe is that in the next days, hours, etc., uh, we will have a cable recovery, maybe in this week or next week. The price of the pound should close the weekend gap after Brexit at 137. So yeah, those trades are open for the ones that are like thinking why I let those trades open. It was just because of that. Of course, the volatility didn't help, but the trades are opened because of that fundamental bias. For the ones that are followers of my webinar deliveries, be at Dukas Copy or at binary.com, you can go there and check what exactly I mean with the fundamental bias. There are a lot of fundamental levels that would allow the price in cable overall to just to just stop there and work as a very accurate support. So yeah, we will continue checking how this. Apparently now on Sunday we have already the confirmation that the coup was a complete failure. So this shouldn't change the institutional, uh, let's say, infrastructure in Turkey. I know that it's at times questionable how democratic Turkey really is, but I'm not getting into that and details, etc. But the thing is that apparently the institutions and the people really managed to stop the coup, and that will eventually help the markets. I wouldn't rule out to have the markets gapping bullishly on Monday, tomorrow, responding to this very strange event. Because if I'm not wrong, this is the first time people really stopped a coup. People itself, because this happened, people themselves, because this happened in Russia when Boris Yeltsin was the president. It was an attempt of coup, but as far as I know, was not this kind of people getting out of the streets and rioting against the military. I believe that didn't happen. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't remember that happening. So yes, it's very strange. It has a lot of geopolitical repercussions. This event and geopolitical hypothesis. But apparently, the president, at least, that was supposed to be elected democratically, regained the power. So the markets should react favorably on Monday. And yes, what I expect is that the trades that are open only in the Forex Factory Trade Explorer will continue their path to the levels of profitability. In the cable is 137. So I will keep you updated. If you are not aware of what happened in Turkey and you were wondering why the markets hold off on Friday, well, this is the explanation. Some people wanted to explain this as sell-off at the ending hours and trading hours on Friday. They wanted to explain that because of that good United States fundamental data we had. But yes, in part it was, but it was a very strange sell-off. It was like continuous, like a panic one. But even though it was a panic one, we had the levels resisting it. So yes, markets should start Monday as this didn't happen. So understanding that, maybe we're going to have an inverse gap against the Friday sell-off at the ending of the day, or we could start Asian session with a bullish movement to simply revert this sell-off, because it's not like it was not responding to fundamentals, but to breaking news events. So I will keep you updated. I think this is everything in my side. This weekend updates. The major thing is that I still believe that a pound won't retest lows, not even after this coup attempt. That it won't retest lows. It will have to close the gap at 137 cable before maybe continue going down. I still don't believe that will happen, because yes, eventually the markets, after having all this dust settling down after Brexit, yes, UK has one of the strongest institutional structures in the world, and that weights, and that has a value, and that can be measured in an economic variables. So yes, no matter the uncertainty that UK is now, is way worse. One kind of, for example, what happened in Turkey. So yes, no matter Brexit, it is way safer to keep your money in the UK than in any other or some other parts in the world. There are some very few safe havens in the world, and one is UK. And my opinion, after Brexit, that's going to be even more a safe haven than before. So thanks everybody for listening. I will keep you updated tomorrow. Remember to check out the description box in the bottom of the video So you can go there, maybe register to my binary.com webinars, to register to my Dukascopy webinars, to check my previous videos on both webinars, etc. That you'll find some interesting stuff there. So don't hesitate to go there and click on the links in case you're interested in checking some things out. I wish you all a very good Sunday and see you tomorrow. Trade safe, be safe, and bye bye.